210 Boxing TV. Here our Trail Bill Haney. Got Devin Haney in the gym preparing for Lomachenko. Talk about it.
Oh, absolutely. We're having a wonderful pre-camp preparation. I think we're about exactly 8 weeks away. So now we're getting into the fun stuff. Actually doing situational training for Mr. Lomachenko and Team Lomachenko personally.
It's May 20th in Vegas?
May 20th in Vegas. And the site to be announced.
Now I see Devin, he's sitting down a lot more of his punches. He was a lot more aggressive versus Cambosa. Do you see that power and just everything coming along and just him maturing and being a complete fighter?
Oh, absolutely. He's a more experienced, more polished fighter. And on May 20th, the world will be surprised to get a chance to see how much growth has happened. It's been 4 or 5 months, 7 months?
Yes, I was here about 6 months ago.
I think when the fight happens, it'll be about 7 months.
Now, I wanted to also ask you something. Is Devin Haney, seems like he's really still disrespected, right? I looked at the Ring Magazine pound for pound.
You think so?
I think so. They got Loma rated number 7, but Dev's the undisputed champ at 135. Do you think after this fight, all that ends with all these other guys being on the pound for pound list ahead of him when he should be there?
So Lomachenko is ranked 7, and then so where's everybody else ranked? Where's Devin ranked at?
They don't have him in the top 10 Ring Magazine, but
okay.
they have him as the champ at lightweight. But then they have Loma as a number 2 contender or number 1 contender at lightweight.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, you get what I'm saying?
Absolutely. It was our thing to get the ring belt because a lot of great fighters have had the ring belt. Unfortunately, I haven't been following the publication. Maybe I'll take a look now. Maybe I'll start watching more closely.
All right. Now with Lomachenko, this has been the fight that y'all been wanting for a long time. When Teo and Loma were gonna fight, y'all were the mandatory, and then Loma got franchised. How does it feel to finally have the fight, have a date, have it set, where you get the guy that y'all wanted all along?
Oh, absolutely. This is a fight that Devin has been looking to have. Mr. Lomachenko is the highest rated fighter at lightweight division outside of Gervonta Davis, who wasn't available because he's obviously having the fight that he's having. For all intent and purposes, Lomachenko, just as well as you saying, is on a pound for pound list with the Ring Magazine. So for all intent and purposes, he's a great opposition for Devin, and also for Devin to give the opportunity. Lomachenko said that, it's a dream of his. Of course, that was a dream of Devin's. Mr. Lomachenko didn't give Devin the opportunity, but we won't hold it against Lomachenko. Team Lomachenko and the entire Ukraine community, country. We wish them well during this hardship that they're going through in the war, as well as the Russian people who are suffering, catastrophe. So blessings to both of them. I hope that this is a great opportunity for Lomachenko and Ukraine.
Now, Bill, I wanted to ask you something. So as far as Loma, right, he likes to use the angles. That's what a lot of people talk about. Do you feel like with Dev, him having his superior boxing skills, and Dev uses his own angles, he turns people a lot, that's going to nullify the angles that Loma uses and give Loma a hard time in there?
You know what? Come fight night, everything that Devin has worked to do and everything that Lomachenko has worked to do, it all play out on fight night. Of course, he's a master of angles. He's a master of deception. You know what I mean? He's a master in volume. It'll make for an interesting fight, but I believe that my man is special. He has all the tools and attributes to make every adjustment needed to make, come fight night.
Now, we were talking about it earlier. So Broner had come out with an interview he did with Wallow and Gilly, talking about, the sparring between Tank and Haney. And he was basically saying that, Haney was all knocked out and this and that. And then the next round that Haney started putting it on Tank. Can you talk about that a little bit, about those comments and what you think about the whole situation, really?
Yeah, I mean, that's probably why everyone around here call him Adrian Broner, because that was the biggest bonehead move that anyone could have made in life, right? We didn't see Adrian run down the hotel lobby naked, but I don't think the world has got a chance to actually see him jump in the ring during 2 guys that's sparring and putting up money for no reason at all. By the time I realized it and everyone else realized that, I jumped in the ring And I told him that that he needs to get out the ring immediately and let these kids work. So I don't know what I don't know what angle he was coming from, but he never spoke to my son. He never asked my son, "Are you all right?" He never asked anything like that. And then after that, Devin continued to handle his business.
So do you feel like on Broner's side, he's capping and lying about a lot of things, making a lot of stuff up?
Hey, listen. Floyd Mayweather Sr. said it best. Adrian Broner is a goner.
And then that bet that y'all had, he paid you. You won that bet, right?
Yeah, I still got the money. I bought that Mercedes right there, over there. Is that Mercedes over there? Yeah, that one. That one right there.
Damn.
Yeah.
We're talking about the SUV or which
No,
one?
we're talking about the car.
Oh, the
We're
Maybach?
talking about the car, yeah, that one right there. See my driver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was Broner? That's Broner's money? He bought that?
Yeah, Broner bought that. See my driver over there, he talking, he just getting ready. So, you know what I mean?
Now, and
I'll be there in a minute.
now in a perfect world, with Tank fighting Ryan, and of course with your son fighting Loma, would it be a perfect world for the winners to fight each other? Or what are you looking at next after Loma?
I'm not looking at anyone right now other than Lomachenko. I got 8 weeks away, so we're preparing for 3 division world champion, 2 Olympic medals, and like you just said, on the pound for pound list,
yeah.
With you said Ring, right?
Ring Magazine.
Ring Magazine. So, we would like to look forward to on the 20th is putting an end to any of this debate, any of this back and forth. Once and for all, do one step closer to solidifying Devin amongst the greats in the sport.
Now, Ryan and Tank, real quick, let's just talk about it. What is your prediction? Ryan fought him several times in the amateurs, and then, of course, Tank. Who do you see coming up with the win that night?
I predict that it will be somewhere big as Circus, Soleil, Ringling Brothers, any of those other things that you call an attraction.
Feel like it's 2 clowns in the ring?
Well, no, I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's 2 clowns, but I don't know what the main event might be. A midget versus Fishman. No. But with all seriousness, I don't know what weight the fight is going to be at. I don't know what.
They said 136 catch weight.
Okay, then I think that they're going to be weighing each other up at the club, right? Or when is the next weigh-in?
The fight's April 22nd, so the weigh-in, which would be the day before, the 21st.
And then they got to weigh in on the.
Oh yeah, the day of the fight, he has a 10-pound rehydration clause.
So I heard it's a weigh-in on the 21st to 22nd. Wait a minute, when is the fight?
The 22nd.
Okay, so it's a weigh-in on the 21st to 22nd and the 23rd.
So you would never do a rehydration clause?
Well, I don't know how many times they want to hydrate. I don't know. We just have to see what they're talking about. And, at this point in time in Devin's career, I know that it's about legacy. It's about Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Jack Johnson, Joe Louis, Sugar Ray Robinson.
You mentioned those names?
Well, no, they all hold all the belts that Devin holds. Listen, they're all these right here. All them joints. That's what all them guys I said hold them. Now I don't know what belt. What belt is they fighting for, Tank and
I don't know if it's a WBA regular or if I don't know if it's for a belt, to be honest with you, Bill.
So you don't know much about the fight yourself, huh?
I'm finding it on the fly.
On the fly. Okay.
Now, last thing before we leave off, Benavidez Plant. What do you got a prediction? What do you think about the fight?
Hell of a fight, man. I predict explosive from round 1 to 2. I'm a big fan of Jose Benavidez and both senior, junior, you know what I mean? Caleb, I'm a fan of him, you know what I'm saying? The whole Plant family.
If you had to bet, who you putting money on? With another $100,000, who you putting money on? You got Benavidez or Plant?
Man, Listen, I'm not gonna shop. I don't know. I don't know.
You're not gonna call
Yeah, no, you know
you
what?
can't call it.
Out of respect, but I really like both families, and you know what I'm saying. I think that they would like for me to respectfully say neutral on them and cheer that both men get out the ring healthy and put on a great performance of a lifetime.
All right. Thanks so much, Bill. I appreciate you. Appreciate your time like always.